Good afternoon, everyone. And we are very sorry for these technical issues that we just had. So it happens when we are broadcasting live. Good afternoon again, and welcome to this first thematic Apply AI webinar that we will focus on healthcare and pharmaceutical industries, one of the overarching sectors that we have identified in the Apply AI strategy, where AI can play a truly transformative role. I'm Nathalie van der Staat, and I lead the communication and stakeholder activities at the European AI Office, and I'm very pleased to host today's session or webinar organized with our colleagues from DG Santé. This session will last about an hour and a half, and will offer you a deep overview of the role of healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors within the Apply AI strategy that you remember we launched as a Commission in October to boost the AI uptake within 10 industrial sectors and the public sector. So today we will explore 3 dimensions in our webinar. First, why health and pharmaceutical industries are actually key sectors in the strategy. Second, what are the existing initiatives and how the strategy are strengthening them or developing them further. And third, what is the impact of the strategy on patients and healthcare systems. And with this, I have the pleasure to receive 3 guests who are also 3 heads of unit, and they will guide us into this conversation on AI and healthcare. First, Gosia Nikowska, you lead the team in charge of the AI innovation and policy coordination at the European AI Office, and you have been behind the drafting of the AI Continent Action Plan and the Apply AI strategy.
Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. Then Seila Hine, you lead the AI in Health and Life Sciences unit in the AI Office as well, and this includes EU policies policy and investment into genomics and medical images, for instance, and also virtual human twins and AI solutions for prevention, diagnostics, and care. And finally, we have Fluvia Raffaeli. You are head of unit in charge of digital health at DG Santé. And your unit is leading, among other projects, the project of building the European health data space, which will contribute to the digital transformation of health and care at EU level. So you're very welcome to all. And before we dive into our webinar, just remind that we like to have our webinars interactive, so don't hesitate to flash the QR code that you can see on your screen, so you can ask questions directly to our guests, and we will take your questions after each part of this webinar. So I start with the first part of our webinar, that is about why health and pharmaceutical industries are considered as key sectors in this Apply AI strategy. Gosia, a few weeks ago you were exactly here in this studio presenting the Apply AI strategy, and you went through the different aspects of it. For those who were not following the webinar, could you remind us some of the main features of the strategy, and how does the strategy interact with the AI Act, so the regulation, and the AI Continent Action Plan?
Well, thank you for having me here again. It's really a great pleasure. Our overall strategy for AI is based on 3 pillars, which I hope you will soon be able to see on the slide. The first one is the AI Act. AI Act is of course supporting the ecosystem of trust. Without trust in the AI solutions, it will be very difficult to talk about any uptake. The second element is adopted in April this year, AI Continent Action Plan. It gives us the foundations for the ecosystem of excellence. It focuses on 5 key pillars, of which the crown jewels are the AI factories, so supercomputing centers adapted for AI needs, and gigafactories, really big AI factories that can help us with the development of most advanced models for AI. These two elements complement, or rather the Apply AI strategy complements these two elements. And as you can see on the next slide, it focuses on two objectives. The first one is competitiveness. We are looking to increase the uptake of this technology across the sectors of European economy. And the second key objective is our sovereignty. We want to have AI developed in Europe. So to achieve those, we are promoting the AI first approach. AI first means that when an organization, be it a private company or a public sector, is facing some kind of a strategic choice, they should ask themselves whether AI cannot provide a solution. The objective of this is to ensure that AI gradually transforms the core processes in the public sector and in the companies to ensure that we can draw the biggest benefits of this technology. It is not about AI supporting us in writing better emails. It is really about AI being incorporated in the core processes. The second key element of our strategy is the sectoral approach. We have focused on strategic sectors, and for each of them, we proposed a number of flagship actions to increase the uptake and development of AI. To choose those actions, we organized a number of sectoral workshops and discussions with key stakeholders. We discussed with them use cases, we discussed their impact, their scalability, and the requirements. And as a result, we came up with around 70 actions that we are now very busy implementing. For those of you who would like to join us in this journey of the implementation of Apply AI strategy to discuss your sectoral issues, don't hesitate to link to us through the Apply AI Alliance platform. You should be able to see a QR code on screen very soon. It's a platform for stakeholders to share their experience, to discuss, to present their use cases. And through this platform, we will also be able to invite you to sectoral workshops that we will be organizing in the case of health sector together with Fulvia and Sila. So don't hesitate to join us through this link.
Many thanks, Gosia, also for the reminders. And now, if I understand correctly, the Apply AI strategy is about changing the lenses that we use to discuss and assess concrete sectorial AI use cases. So could you tell us a bit more on how health care and pharmaceutical industry have been chosen to one of these 10 sectorial industrial sectors that we have identified, plus the public sector, obviously. Why these sectors?
Of course, so all 10 sectors plus public sector were selected starting from the recommendations in the Draghi report. We had very extensive public consultations, and we looked at which sectors are strategic for European economy. Healthcare is obviously important. It contributes to our general health and well-being, but it is also a sector that is of key importance for the economy. It provides a lot of employment, but also products and services. So this was a kind of no-brainer to select healthcare and to have it as one of the key sectors for Apply AI strategy. Of course, AI has tremendous potential for this sector. It can streamline administrative procedure. It can facilitate efficient allocation of resources. It can reduce costs. It can enhance and speed up diagnostics. It can support personalized treatment. It can provide healthcare services in remote areas, and this is only the tip of the iceberg. Really, the opportunities are many. To be able to focus our strategy, we have carried out in-depth interviews in collaboration with our colleagues from OECD. We have discussed with our member states, and most importantly, together with the teams of Saila and Fulvia, we carried out workshops with the healthcare stakeholders, and as a result we came up with key actions that you will hear about more later. All this confirmed the importance of the sector for AI and the importance of AI for the sector, and now we are really looking forward towards the implementation of the strategy in this critical sector.
Many thanks. I will continue directly into this sector itself with a question for you, Saila. As AI technologies are introduced into healthcare and pharmaceutical industry, trust issues may arise, such as data privacy issues or mistrust among healthcare professionals that are expected to use this solution, AI solutions. How the strategy is actually handling these potential concerns?
Thank you very much for this important question. So, as Gosia just explained very well, we have on the one hand we have the AI Act in order to have trustworthy and human-centric AI, and then to complement that we have the Apply AI strategy, which is really looking at focusing on harnessing the transformative potential of AI also for healthcare. And to reconciliate these two, when we look at healthcare sector, already before AI, trust and data protection have always been at the core of healthcare provision in the EU. And here we really need to make sure that that citizens, patients can still trust the care they receive, even if the AI is involved in that care provision. And also when it comes to medical staff, the medical staff need to also understand and have the knowledge what AI can do and what it cannot do, and what are the great opportunities but also limits and risk of AI when they provide care for Europeans. Then we have the robust regulatory frameworks in place that are really also reinforcing the trust and privacy. We are talking about trustworthy AI to guarantee safety, fundamental rights and human-centric AI. And this is really also at the core when we uptake AI in clinics and healthcare settings. And already now we have been supporting from the Digital Europe program worth around 100 million euros health data infrastructures that are really working on these regulatory aspects, data protection, having secure access to health data, in particular genomic data and imaging data across Europe. And if we look at all these different actions, the regulatory ones and boosting innovation and providing also funding for this trustworthy AI deployment, this way we can also make sure that the flagships under the Apply AI strategy are fully aligned with the European principles of trustworthiness and privacy.
Many thanks, Saila. This question is for you, Fulvia. We discussed privacy and fundamental rights. How do we move from adopting AI to building real confidence, meaning that this relationship between patient and doctor remains at the center?
Well, thank you for the question. We said already that trust is very crucial to actually make the AI providing solution for the sector. But I would say that even more importantly would be the capacity of AI-based solution to provide results, to provide constant and reliable results for the patients in terms of improving outcomes, in terms of diagnosis of treatment, increasing good result for the doctors, supporting them in the clinical decision-making process, but also the hospital managers in terms of improved administration, structuring reliable flow of data throughout the whole clinical processes. Alpha, the more AI solution-based would be designed to actually respond to the needs of the healthcare professionals and actors into the system, the more they would be integrated, uptaken into the sectors. This is very crucial. We have a lot now of experiences already gained a level of piloting and a level of research. Now what we need is a fair distribution and integration of those solutions into the healthcare sector. When I say fair, of course, I also refer to the fact that in Europe, a large majority of the hospitals are, of course, public hospitals. That it is important that the uptaking of those innovative solutions will be made in a fair way across countries and across regions, even in the more farthest destination. AI, as we heard before, can provide many solutions, but it must be fully integrated and updated in the current today workflows in the healthcare sector. For that is also very important the doctors and healthcare professionals will undergo a training procedure, training courses, and so that they can really trust those solutions and even challenging those solutions when needed. This must really be integrated in the trainings from the university on, and then fully deployed at scale across the entire Europe. It may be really a very good solution for many of the challenges that the healthcare sector is facing today, from the shortage of workforces to the aging population to the chronic diseases. Many solutions can emerge from the use of AI tools, but they need to be designed to respond to the needs of the sectors, and that where we are going to work more to make it to ensure that these links between the users and the designers of AI solution is really efficient.
Many thanks, Fulvia. We will go soon to the second part of our webinar, but first I'm checking the questions from the audience, and I can see at least a first question which makes the link with other sectors as well covered by the Apply AI strategy. Indeed, we have other sectors such as the manufacturing and robotics, and this will be the subject of our second thematic webinar in January. Maybe this question is for you, Gosia. How we know that robots are being used in hospitals and in pharma sectors. How will you facilitate the interplay between these different sectorial discussions?
Thank you for the question. So our role in the AI office is to coordinate the implementation of the whole strategy. So we are looking at all the sectors and also some of the new sectors that are being signaled to us as important. And it will be our role to make sure that we pass on the relevant information, that we make the links between the key stakeholders. In the case of robotic and health, it is particularly easy because our colleagues in the AI office are in charge of that particular sector. So it will be easy to create links and make them work together. This is actually already happening. For other sectors and other links that maybe we are not spotting, again, I encourage you to look at the Apply AI Alliance. You can see there the latest per sector, what are the policies, what is happening in terms of the implementation, and you can signal to us what kind of links or, let's say, cross-cutting benefits can be drawn from collaborating cross-sector on AI issues.
Many thanks. To come back to the health and pharmaceutical sectors, Seila, you talk about the AI Act, and this is also a question from our audience, and the trustworthiness aspect. Would you say that there is a trade-off between innovation and regulation, or do they go hand in hand?
I would say definitely they go hand in hand, and this is also when we heard from Gosia the complementarity of these different pillars of the AI Continent Plan, the AI Act, and the Apply AI strategy. The aim is really to go hand in hand and not to compromise either the safety and security and trust, but to have, for innovators to have the space, also these secure environments for testing and experimentation, so to have this parallel approach happening.
Many thanks. So we will go to the second part of our webinar now, without further ado, and we will continue with you, Seila, because we will discuss the initiatives that are already existing before the Apply AI strategy, and how the strategy is either building on them or developing them. And the question to you, Seila, is yes, we are introducing fresh initiatives, but we continue also good work from the Commission initiative in the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors. Could you tell us a bit more about the ongoing efforts and explain how the strategy is developing these initiatives?
Yes, so I would like to start with the first flagship initiative that we have put forward in the Apply AI strategy for health. It's about the European AI-powered advanced screening centers. So these centers are expected to contribute to faster introduction of innovative tools in healthcare facilities and to extend care provision also to underserviced areas. And the aim here is really to improve prevention, early detection and timely diagnosis of cardiovascular diseases and cancer to start with. And of course we expect this approach to ultimately help reduce also pressure on care systems. This initiative will pay attention to gender-specific factors in AI-powered screening and diagnostics, where of course the aim is to have more precise diagnosis and better targeted treatments for all. And by deploying AI solutions, these advanced screening centers will support real-world clinical validation and local performance testing, generating the evidence needed for clinical adoption. And the centers will form a network. And this network will facilitate access to high-quality datasets, building on the upcoming European health data space and the European health data infrastructures that we have been supported for cancer imaging and genomic data in particular. And this way we will have robust testing and validation environments for promising AI models. And we are, as I said, building on major initiatives on health data and AI, as we will see in the next slide. I would like to very briefly present what has been supported so far. So the European Cancer Imaging Initiative makes available imaging data and AI tools for research and healthcare, and the Cancer Image Europe platform will be one of the backbones for the network of advanced screening centers when it comes to medical imaging. Then the 1+ Million Genomes initiative is linking genomic data across Europe to accelerate research, personalized medicine and public health. And here we are looking at earlier, more personalized screening, prevention, and recommendations that can be given based on specific genomic data-based risks that can be discovered. So, and the third initiative is about virtual human twins, which is about digital models of human biology. And these models can enable simulation of treatment responses and faster development of new therapies, and also contributing to pharmaceutical industry in terms of bringing safer and more effective medicines to patients more quickly. And so these and many other EU-funded actions on health data can be used for AI deployment in the network of the screening centres. And of course, all these actions and the new flagship will represent a major step forward in transforming healthcare, strengthening health systems, and improving outcomes for patients across Europe.
Many thanks, Leila. So to complement, we have seen a number of flagships and initiatives. To complement Fulvia, can you elaborate on the network that was mentioned, the European Network of Expertise on AI Deployment in Healthcare?
Indeed, this is the second flagship that we have been co-drafting with the colleagues in DG Santé under the Apply AI strategy, and it is actually really an action to fill one of the gaps, one of the challenges that we have identified in a study that we published over the summer about our deployment of AI in healthcare. The gap is indeed this connection or this dialogue in between the users and the designer of AI tools, in particular in the healthcare sectors. So with the Compass AI, which is a project EU for Health founded project that we have kicked off a couple of weeks ago, we will set up this community of experts, a community that would include indeed a large number and of actors, very different from each other, from medical specialists to paramedics, medical physicists, hospital managers, but also, of course, AI developers, IT specialists, scientists. So really to ensure that everybody, it is around the table to ensure that those AI tools will be designed with the users in mind. And this is a community that would actually fit and provide the basis for the network that will be set up, and that would also feed in and supporting the deployment or the other actions. So there is a close cooperation between the two flagships in the Apply AI strategy. The objective here is really not only to exchange good practices, but to come up with very concrete guidances that could actually enhance and support the uptaking of those technology in healthcare daily protocol. The idea is to also develop local validators, so checklists that could support hospital managers in drafting, for instance, public procurement, or to ensure that a certain AI solution based can really provide support to their system. And it is very important doing this reality check with the inclusion of technologies in the AI, because at the end of the day, the result I was saying before, the improved outcome from the patient and for the patients and for the healthcare professional is key. So we expect very important and concrete, pragmatic suggestion from that exercises, and we look forward to working with many of you actually to really make of that exercise a very efficient and productive project.
Many thanks, Fulvia. If we continue to use our Apply AI lenses and focus more on the industry of the pharmaceutical sector, Gosia, is there any plans within the strategy which aim to boost innovation in this pharma sector?
So AI has enormous potential for that sector. It can accelerate drug discovery, help monitor adverse effects. Through modeling and simulation, we can discover new therapies or new uses for existing medicines. To really make use of this potential through Apply AI strategy, we will be facilitating access to our supercomputing centers for drug development, for rare diseases, but also for advancing therapies. Already today, 8 of the AI factories offer services for the stakeholders from the health and pharma sectors. But computing, of course, is not all. We also need to ensure that there is AI developments for biomedical research, and that this will continue. And for that, we will be continuing with our activities under Gen AI for EU, where new calls will be published in this area. And again, I invite you to look at our Apply AI Alliance platform, where information about this will be published also through other sources, but for sure through our platform as well.
Thanks a lot. Now, continuing with you, Fulvia, on the medical devices. Is there any specific project concerning these medical devices?
Well, medical devices are very regulated areas, not only from a product perspective, and this is the existing medical device regulation together with the in vitro regulation, but it's also from an AI perspective with the AI Act fully taking into account and providing actually support for the transparent and reliable use of data in medical devices. So what we need to achieve here is really ensuring that the implementation and the parallel and synergetic implementation of these two regulations does not result in inefficient processes of certification, and in general terms of a complicated process for the manufacturers to end up into the market. So what are we focusing on is, of course, to try to achieve and to facilitate a smooth implementation of these two regulations, and this has been also a leitmotif of the evaluation of the current medical device regulation, and it will you will see more in some days when the proposal for the revised medical device regulation will be adopted by the Commission. But I think it's important to look at this area as with the safety of the patient at the center, and with these two regulatory framework working really hands in hands to ensure that the safety and the output for the patient are fully delivered.
Thanks a lot, Fulvia. Actually, your answer and the question before resonates a lot with one of the questions that we receive from our audience. We have one participant asking more precisely, could you quickly comment on the cooperation between the teams in charge of these different regulations? So you mentioned medical devices and the AI Act. Do you want to quickly mention the cooperation between the teams?
Well, the cooperation is our daily work. I think the fact that with the three of us are sitting around this table shows how we really try to work across sectors. I think the idea of breaking the silos is now fully integrated. We are working more on a project-based approach, and in this case, I must say the cooperation between the teams across DG Sante, DG Connect is very good. Of course, we're not always in agreement. This is part of the game. I think it's also a very robust process, the one we have it in the Commission, with all the specific and the pragmatic approach be somehow tested inside before we go live, and we actually show that to the stakeholders. So it's a very interesting approach, very dynamic, and at the end of the day, I think also very sound in the way we design not only regulation but also implementation with a very pragmatic approach.
Many thanks. I will actually continue with you, so bear with me with the next question. We talk a lot about the existing projects, so now what about the future? And how we can develop this next generation projects, let's say, because AI cannot work without data, and the EU is building this European health data space for this precise reason. So, Fulvia, what are these data space, European health data space, and how can they represent a future for the sector, healthcare and pharmaceutical industries?
Well, it's very well known the AI is as good as the data is training on. So this is the basics. So today the AI development in Europe is somehow suffering of the fact that data are still quite difficult, can be difficult to access in Europe, in particular in a cross-border situation. They are often recorded in hospital in different countries, with different standards. They are not interoperable, and they are even difficult to be found. This is what is about the European health data space, is to create the condition for those data to be mobilized and then to be more findable, more achievable, more accessible, and all under the very strict conditions in terms of respect of privacy and dignity of the citizens. European health data space will actually make clear for an uniform across the different member states, not only the process to decide about the access to the data, but also the way those data would be made available from the different data holders. We are building on a daily basis data, My Data at EU, which is the digital infrastructure that would make this accessible change of data possible across member states. We are also identifying, and I think this is very important, the process to ensure that these data are accessible only under very strict conditions, in particularly only when anonymized or pseudonymized, so that the person, the personality, the dignity of each one of us will be fully protected. We are having at this moment working with the member states to set up the governance of the systems, to also prepare the data holders and the hospitals and the medical centers that do own the data to be ready for the entry into force of the obligation in 2029. It is a big revolution in Europe because we're moving from what is today a court-based approach to data to a population-wise approach to data, would actually fit much better with the expectations of the AI developers in Europe. This would also provide one of the bigger data lake around the globe, creating also the conditions for the competitive development in this area. The two objectives of providing to the citizens innovative pharma products, but also AI solutions for diagnosis and therapies, go hands in hands with supporting the emergence of a competitive medical sector in Europe. So really working on a daily basis with the member states to make this data more accessible, more interoperable, and more ready, let's say, to support the AI uptake in the area of healthcare.
Many thanks, Fulvia. Now to go back a bit to the project that we described during this part of the webinar. Seila, we have more specific questions on the AI-powered screening centers. How will they be funded? That's the first question. And will they be developed in accordance with the upcoming EU cardiovascular health plan and the Beating Cancer plan?
Yes, to start with the last part of the question, indeed, there will be alignment with the cardiovascular action plan and also with the Europe's Beating Cancer plan. And the funding part, we have mapped a few actions already in the annex of the Apply AI strategy, which are, so this is existing actions and upcoming actions with funding that are contributing to this flagship on AI-powered screening centers.
Many thanks. A second question from the audience to you, Seila. Are the AI initiatives of the Apply AI strategy only open for European pharmaceutical organizations, or are other regions excluded?
So this will depend, of course, on the conditions. If we are looking at the Horizon Europe funding program, it depends on the conditions that are set for specific calls for proposals. Of course, we want to emphasize the European organizations at the first place, but of course, in general, medicine and health is a global topic. So to start with European, and as Fulvia also referred, when it comes to the European health data space, there is also this line of work of going also beyond on Europe.
Many thanks. Actually, the question was also, are regions excluded? And the question goes on with also regions like local authorities.
So, of course, regions within EU member states and local authorities are very much targeted with all these actions, including the flagship on advanced screening centers.
Many thanks. So now we have a question more regulation related. So Gosia, this will be for you. The digital omnibus, as we know, has been proposed a few weeks ago by the Commission. And it's having a specific angle on AI, as we know with the AI Act. Can you quickly comment whether this proposal of the digital omnibus will have an impact on the trustworthy, people-centric focus that you have all developed in your answers?
The digital omnibus from a few weeks ago was actually announced, maybe not in a direct way, both in AI Continent Action Plan, or maybe better than announced, referred to both in the AI Continent Action Plan and Apply AI strategy. And in both cases, it was highlighted that what we are looking at is streamlining the administrative requirements linked to the implementation of the AI Act, and the omnibus has to be looked at from that optic, so it's under no circumstances undermines the human-centric or the trustworthy elements of the proposal. It is really looking to simplify the life of our companies, of our AI developers, to ensure that the act that is really a cornerstone and an added value for the EU can be implemented in an as easy way as possible and as soon as possible.
Thank you. So now it's time to go to the third and final part of our webinar. And we will observe a bit more or explore a bit more how the strategy, the Apply AI strategy, is expected to have as an impact to on patients and healthcare systems. So this question is for you, Fulvia. How do we integrate AI in clinical practice? So quite a practical question, while keeping the patients and healthcare professional relation that we discussed at the beginning at the center.
Well, trust and confidence in the use of AI is crucial here. As I said before, we would need to provide tools which are designed for the needs of the users. In particular, for the doctors, it would be important for them to actually understand how these AI solutions can really support them and not replacing them. It would be important for them to understand what the logic behind that is not considered as a black box that with no explainable result. It's important that the AI tools become a sort of a partner in the way the doctors can work and deliver his objectives for the patient, of course. It's also crucial that the understanding that the patient has in the use of those applications is not only full but also transparent and reliable. it is crucial. The responsibilities are also very clear, that at the end the doctors remain the one that would subscribe the final result, and that he considers that the AI is a tool to help him on a daily basis. This is really essential, and that's also what we're trying to prepare for that day. We're working with the national authorities which are responsible for the decisions on the use of health data for secondary use or for innovation and research, to make them ready to respond to requests of data for AI. These are the HDUB, and we are Shaped, which is another project where we co-found with the colleagues in DG Connect, is really looking at very practical way to support the testing of medical device on one side, but in the general terms of AI solution in clinical situation. So we need to get it closer to the reality, everyday reality in the hospitals, so that we can move from piloting to actually rolling out of those solutions with full confidence, both from the patient and from the medical sector. The day we're not speaking anymore about AI solution, but just see the results of the clinical practices improving from a patient perspective or from a doctor perspective, we will really have achieved the objectives of increasing more the uptaking of those technologies.
Many thanks, Fulvia. And this makes a perfect transition with the question to you, Seila. What are the measures in place to ensure health products using AI are safe for patients when they reach the European market?
Indeed, what Fulvia already referred to, the testing and validation are really crucial, so that we can be sure that the health products that go to the market are safe. So that's part of ensuring the safety. And this is why we have in the flagship initiative on AI-powered screening centers, the emphasis on real-world clinical validation, local performance testing, and also evidence generation. This approach really ensures that the AI-powered solutions will be safe when they reach the market. And the European Commission has been supporting already, for example, the testing and experimentation facility for health. There is a range of services that are offered for innovators, helping them reach the market with safe products and fostering collaboration. And also, when we look at the AI Act, we have the regulatory sandboxes and real-world testing environments, again with the same aim of having secure products in the end. We have, in addition, the Euro HPC AI factories that Gosia referred to. And there we are really, we want to make sure that SMEs and startups have access to powerful computing resources and also secure environments for having health data brought into the AI factories. This is part of, again, of the process of testing and validating the solutions. So many different kind of initiatives in this area which are complementary again, and ensuring that there will be safety in the products that go to the market.
Many thanks, Seila. So now a question for you, which is very relating to what we just discussed. Obviously, human remains at the center, and for this you need the skills and competencies. How do we ensure that the professionals are actually sufficiently trained to use those AI solutions, Gosia?
Skills and talent were important elements of both our strategic documents of this year, the Continent Action Plan and Apply AI strategy. we are proposing a number of actions, both to increase the technical expertise in AI and also ensure that our citizens at large are AI literate, and across different professions, including in the health sector, of course, people have the right skills. In that context, early next year, we will launch our AI Skills Academy, which will provide literacy trainings which will be adapted to specific sectors and job profiles, including for healthcare professionals. We will also be having a number of calls relating to digital health under Digital Europe program in 2027. And I finally get a chance to speak about our network of European digital innovation hubs. These hubs are present in 37 European countries, including all European member states, EU member states, and they already today support companies and public sector organizations with any type of digital transformation needs. Many of them specialize and have particular links to the healthcare sector, and they already today develop a training offer which in many cases is directly addressed to healthcare professionals. As one example, Health Hub Finland, together with SME Think Link, University of Eastern Finland and Kuopio Health, has developed an AI-assisted learning environment for nurses and healthcare professionals. This project was so good that they won the Digital Skills Award at our European Digital Innovation Hub Summit last year, and we have a short video for you to present this solution.
At Health Hub Finland, we're helping SMEs in the field of healthcare and the public sector in improving their digital capabilities and developing cutting-edge technologies. Our recent customer, Finglink, wanted to create an AI assistant learning environment to support the work of nurses and healthcare professionals. Here's how we did it. Go ahead, Ulla.
The European healthcare sector faces serious challenges in terms of recruitment and retention. The training of nurses in many countries falls short due to language barriers as well as outdated or even non-existing training materials. Our solution helps transform existing training materials, such as PDFs, into visually engaging, mobile-friendly learning experiences that are instantly accessible in any language. This solution significantly accelerates job onboarding in healthcare, allowing new hires to become proficient in detailed location-specific knowledge and operational skills more quickly. In a critical sector with severe staff shortages, we gotta make learning easier for those who want to work.
If you got inspired or would like to explore other services that our hubs can offer, don't hesitate to follow the link that you will be seeing on screen, and in that way you can find a hub next to you, and they will respond to your needs according to, they will provide you with a service according to your needs.
Many thanks, Gosia. That makes the perfect transition again for a question to you, Seila, which is really related to skills as well. How do we ensure that skills in diverse technologies are integrated in the initiatives that we support as the Commission?
Yes, indeed. So I spoke about the health data infrastructures in genomics and medical imaging, for example, and these consortia and the work that goes for those infrastructures require multidisciplinary skills. And we just recently had a call also in the Digital Europe program that recently closed. So we are looking for having good proposals and good projects starting, and this is really about expanding the offer of education and training in digital health, looking at the European health data space, the genomics, personalized medicine, applied bioinformatics, AI for medical imaging, virtual human twins, data interoperability, cybersecurity, so a large variety of disciplines. And the target audiences will be students in medical sciences, pharmaceutical science, in computer science, as well as healthcare professionals and computer and data scientists, programmers, software developers, and everyone working in healthcare sector and in this crossroad of technology and healthcare. There we expect to seek also cooperation with the European health data infrastructures when these training modules will be delivered.
Many thanks, Eila. And now, before we conclude this webinar soon, but not yet, I have a last horizontal question that I would like to ask you, to the three of you, because we discussed a lot the dialogue we need to keep with the communities, with doctors, patients, and how can we maintain this dialogue with the stakeholder communities over time, and why is it so crucial? So maybe we're starting with you, Gosia.
In the preparation of Apply AI strategy, we carried out over 17 sectoral dialogues to prepare for the actions that were then included in the strategy, and we found them extremely enriching, building our knowledge, but also allowing us the exchange with the people who actually implement the technology on the ground. And we want to continue these dialogues. We will be continue organizing in collaboration with our colleagues, in this case from DG Santé, but also other DGs for other sectors. So we will be continuing these dialogues. We are also looking to organize an annual event, which will help us to also do the cross-linking, as in the question asked before. So overall, the Apply AI strategy is only a starting point. We are planning to continue this discussion to inform the stakeholders about the implementation of the strategy, but also hear from them what other, on the one hand, barriers, but on the other hand, opportunities they see, so that we can benefit from all of them together. And it is, I think, my last opportunity to mention Apply AI Alliance, which is really the platform that allows us to have this dialogue and to keep the stakeholders engaged.
Thanks, Gosia. So same question to you, Fulvia. How can we maintain this dialogue?
Let me first say that dialogue is essential. In this area where the patient and the person is so central, we really need to engage with all the different stakeholders to ensure that the result is delivering really good and practical result at the end. We have, of course, this new flagship and the Compass AI project to build up this community of users, and then we're really looking at the opportunity to engage with all different protagonists, let's say, of this story. So stay tuned also for the call that will, let's say, follow the launch of the project, so that you can engage in the different activities that would be supporting to the project. But also broadly, I would say it is important that you, from different angles, you also engage in all the different activities we have under the European health data space. Many of the areas and the technical work that we're doing at the moment is open for public consultation, and it is important that you look at it with in mind already the use of those data, that you will do it in terms of AI development, because this is the future, and the as we said before, the AI solutions will be as good as the data are, and to really make of the maximum use of this transformational platform, which is the European health data space. I do also invite you to really provide and support support the actual work that we're doing on to prepare the practical implementation of the obligation by 2029. So only together we can make it the revolution, the digital revolution, the healthcare sector happening in practice, and with strong and real pragmatic results for the patient and for all the different actors across the sector.
Thank you, Fulvia. Before we take some questions from the audience, and we do have already some on my mobile. Seila, do you have any words also on this dialogue?
Yes, so I would like to add that indeed we have the Apply AI Alliance, we have the Compass AI, and of course we want to bring it all together. So the Apply AI Alliance can also facilitate this stakeholder outreach and collaboration in healthcare, and also making the links to projects like Compass AI. So we really count on your active involvement when it comes to making the Apply AI strategy a success story for healthcare.
Thank you. So let's take a few questions, and I think I have a question for all of you. One question per speaker. First, common question to you, Seila and Fulvia. Can you comment on the expectation for public health systems in supporting adoption of the Apply AI strategy? That's the first question. And how will public health systems and organizations be able to leverage the initiatives being carried out? Who wants to start?
Well, as we said, their involvement is essential. We're really expecting the healthcare, the hospital, I mean, at the end of the day, the hospitals and the clinical expert to engage in Compass, but more broadly in the two flagship that we have co-designed with the colleagues, because this is really about moving from piloting to deployment at real scale. And we want to be very, very practical, very pragmatic in that. So your engagement in designing the guidances will be essential. There will be also more call for actions in the coming months, and this is important again that you stay tuned into the different areas so that you will be able to engage on that.
I could just add that healthcare is a sector which is very specific in the sense that we have both private and public actors in this sector. So we are counting on collaboration and inputs from both private and public organizations.
Thank you to both. Gosia, this last question is for you, and it's related to the AI Act again. We know that the AI Act obligations are to be implemented through the use of technical standards that are currently being developed by Sensenelec Joint Technical Committee 21. This is a very knowledgeable person that is asking this question. Are these standardization activities open to medtech industry? And second question, should we encourage organizations to take part of these activities?
We overall encourage organizations to take part in standardization activity, both to contribute with your knowledge, but also to push Sensenelec and standardization bodies to speed up their work. So definitely there is place for everybody, and we really call on organizations to support our efforts also in this area.
Many thanks. So we are reaching the end of this webinar, and in conclusion I would like to thank very much our speakers for their time, their sharing their knowledge and answering your questions. Many thanks to the audience for the relevant questions and for your patience at the beginning of this webinar with the technical issues. This happened. And if you want to know more about our Apply AI activities and policies and initiatives, don't hesitate to have a look at our website, the AI Office web pages, and of course at the Apply AI Alliance platform, where you can find all the information, and more obviously will come through the next days and the next months. This is really building efforts that we have across the Commission to feed this platform. If you are interested in our next webinars, Apply AI webinars, don't hesitate to follow also our webpage, but you will see at the end of this webinar some wrap-up slide with the agenda to come. And the next webinar is already scheduled on the 27th of January, and it will deal with robotics and manufacturing. So thanks a lot for now for your attentions, again to our speakers, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.